off the iceberg. Kick off the iceberg. Tip off the iceberg. So we smash the ice and all that, right? So that is why, ladies and gentlemen, you need to have some warming up session during the speechcraft, because just to get people to be in the mood. You know, whenever people come for speechcraft, they may know each other or they may not know each other. So if they don't know each other, then you will break the ice. But if they know each other, you still got to break the ice. So either way, you still need to do a warming up session before you even begin in the session, right? So I'm going to pass you the notes, the first set of the notes. I'm just going to share with you very briefly about what speechcraft is all about, and then later on we'll do some exercise and all that. Everyone has notes?
Okay, well.
Alright, good. Good. Now basically this is a brief introduction about speechcraft. Now speechcraft is like what the name suggested, how to craft a speech. How to craft a speech. But speechcraft is basically for people who have no idea about Toastmasters, but they need to deliver speeches and all that. So that's why we would like to introduce speechcraft to them before they even join Toastmasters. Because some people, when they go to Toastmasters meeting, they can get freaked out. Yeah, because they see all of you are so experienced and all of you are speaking like nobody's business. So you can actually scare them. So speechcraft is actually a way for them to get them into the speaking part of it. So basically what is speechcraft? It is a program designed to improve your learning in public speaking, especially for people who have no experience in public speaking. Number two is topics include prepared speeches, impromptu session and evaluating. This one we'll go into detail later on. And of course conducted interactively with presentations and demonstration by experience Toastmasters and hands-on practice for participants. Alright? So this one I'll go into detail later on also. So what are the benefits? Of course, benefits to the club is you build club membership. This is a way to channel more people into Toastmasters, your club. Right, your area of whatever. So this is a very good way to build membership. And of course, give new members a helping hand with the different meeting rules. Get them to get a feel of the meeting rules. Yeah, because in speechcraft, you also play different roles. For example, evaluators, timers, and all that. To get them to have a feel first of what Toastmasters is all about. And reach out to the community, which means that you want to promote Toastmasters. Speechcraft is a very good way to promote it to Toastmasters. And give experienced members an opportunity to grow. What it means is that in the speechcraft, the members, you play specific roles. And because of that, you will also grow. Right? And of course, share the Toastmasters experience with others. Basically, this is how we spread the Toastmasters experience. We get more people to understand what Toastmasters is all about and get them to become more involved. That's why speechcraft is actually a very practical program. It is one of the very practical program is actually learning by doing program. Now how it works? Basically in a class, for example in a class, you can have about 10 to 15 participants. Some don't go above 15. That's my recommendation. Don't go above 15, alright? If you go above 15, then it is too many. And as a facilitator, you may find it a little bit difficult to handle the class. A fee is charged between 100 and 200 ringgit. This one I believe is vinaigrette. I was talking to YS and I said, 200 ringgit so expensive I said, YS, you know KL charging how much or not? KL charging 400 ringgit. That one also 3 years back. So, in it, I believe half of that price still acceptable. Why 200 ringgit is because you need to buy the materials from TI. Now, this is basically the materials you will get from TI. One is your handbook. Another one is the participants' handbook. So we have 2 handbooks here. So basically, when you want to conduct a speechcraft program, you will buy this from TI. Alright, you buy this from TI. And this one costs money. So who's going to pay for it? Yeah, you're going to charge. Right? And because of the food and all that, of the venue and all that, so that is why you need to charge. Now, of course, 2 facilitators are assigned to each class. Later on, I want to share with you.
Sorry, how much is the material?
It's not that expensive. Right? You've got to go to TI's website and check it out.
Free charges are high. Free charges are high.
Free charges
it's
are
not
high.
the venue, the free charges.
Yes.
So copy
Yeah, 8 hours.
No, that's not you will buy it, right? You will buy it. Now, the other way of not buying it is you get a good printer, print the whole thing for you. Now, you want to print the whole thing, you talk to Simple. He get it done for you. So, 2 facilitators are assigned to each class, which means that each of the class we have 2 facilitators, and they are Toastmasters members, experienced Toastmasters members, and conducted within 1 to 2 days. Ideally, my ideal suggestion will be within 1.5 days. You want to do it within 1 day, it's a kind of a little bit short. 2 days, fine, it's also okay, but nothing beyond that because it takes a lot of your time. So 1.5 days to me is ideal. I have conducted quite a number of speechcraft within 1.5 days, and it has proven to be very effective in 1.5 days.
Total number of hours for the 1.5.
First day will be 8 hours, second day will be 4 hours. So total is 1 hours. Yeah. And break in between. So each speech is validated. Now remember, every speeches delivered by participants are evaluated. So that is why you need to have more evaluators. Giving more chance to the members to actually do evaluation. Members, now is a chance to do evaluation. So that is why in the speechcraft program, it's not only a one-man show. It is a team show. Right? That's why you need to get people to be involved. And I can tell you the experience is wonderful. I learned a lot from speechcraft, more than the Toastmasters. And of course, education session is presented by the facilitator. So the facilitators, you need to assign yourself, okay, what are the topics that you want to deliver, which later on I'm going to share with you the topics that we'll be delivering later. Now, components in a speechcraft program, these are the suggestions. It is not actually that you need to cover, but these are suggestions. Number 1 is to overcome nervousness. 2 is to handle impromptu. Right? 3 of course prepared speeches, and 4 will be evaluations. To me, these are the important components in a speechcraft program. You can never run away from this one. Of course, you can also include other components, like for example, if you want to have a contest at the end of the session, okay, at the end of 1.5 day session, if you want to allocate the last 2 hours for contest, you can also go ahead. I did this with a group of students. You know, there was one school in Singapore where every year they would call me back to do a speechcraft program. So for the past few years, I have not been doing for them, but before that, we have done for them, and last 2 hours will be a contest. Because we run few classes together, about 4 or 5 classes together. So the champion and the first runner in that respective class, we will get students to pick, and then they will represent their class in that competition. It's very similar to the normal contest. And of course, this is the program. It's all in the, you can see, is it very clear?
Not so clear, but I will send them the soft copy.
Yeah, I will pass the soft copy to you all. Right? So this is basically the program, how it will look like and all that. I won't go into detail about this one. This is the day 1 program, and this is the day 2 program. So it is all within 1.5 days. Now, if you want to extend it to 2 days, you can include another topic in. Right? You can include another topic in. Now, some of my topics that you will need to include in are, for example, organize your speech, the introduction, icebreaker, organize your speech, body language, and vocal variety. So usually you will include all these 4 speeches. Now, the roles in a speechcraft in the class. You will have facilitators, you will have 2 facilitators. Now, these facilitators are very important because they are the ones who conduct the class, they are the ones who run the class and all that. Later I'll share with you the role of the facilitator. Not only that, you can actually, if you want to apply for your ACG, right? Yes, you need to conduct either one of these programs, a speechcraft program. One of the programs is you need to conduct a speechcraft program. So it will actually count towards your application for the ACG, right? Yes. Of course, demo speaker. Yes.
Any reason why you just have to? Can you use this one?
You can do with 1, but I would suggest you to have 2 because you can exchange. Yeah, because one of you can actually be at the back and observe, another one be in front here, and then you can feedback each other. That's why you need to have 2. This is also a learning session for the facility. facilitator also. Especially for those of you who have never been in training or never conducted training session, being a facilitator is the first step to become a trainer. That's why you need feedback. Right? In those courses, we always believe in evaluations. Of course, we have demo speakers also, right? The demo speaker. Now later on, I will share with you why a demo is important. Like for example, let's say you talk about an icebreaker. That topic is about icebreaker and how you prepare an icebreaker speech and all that. Of course, before you get the participants to do it, get someone out here, Toastmasters, to share with the participants how to deliver an icebreaker. Right? So that's basically a demo speaker. Of course, evaluators. As I mentioned, every speakers are evaluated. Not only that, right? If let's say you do not have enough evaluators, one person can actually double up to become evaluators, one, two more, or more. But of course, not more than 3, because evaluation can be a very hard job. So that's why it is kind of a group work. Of course, timer, grammarian, counter, indicators are optional. Not only optional, what you can also do is that you can also get the participants to take up these roles. Right, to take up these roles. Let's say you do not have enough role players, get participants to take up this role. All that. Right? Now, this is basically our responsibilities as a facilitator. Of course, you deliver the education session. Later, I'll download to you all the materials on the education session. Of course, you assign evaluators and role players. You are the ones who do all the assignment. Okay? Sharon, you're going to evaluate who? You're going to evaluate Chisei and all that. So, the facilitators, you assign all these roles. Alright? You tell people what to do and all that. So, everybody will need to listen to the facilitator. And of course, you must also be the one controlling the time. Controlling the time in this sense, not only doing the timing. Timing can be done by the timer, but you control the session, which means that you must start the training session on time and then you end it on time. Okay? Start on time and end on time. Of course, take care of participants' needs. Yes. If the participants need anything, please take care of the needs and all that. Okay? So you are like a mentor to them for that 1.5 days. And of course, keep the class interesting. And that's why you're here. Because later on you're going to keep us interesting. You're going to keep our interest up, alright? So this is basically the responsibilities of a facilitator. Basically, this is a nutshell about speechcraft. You have better understanding about speechcraft?
Yes.
Yes, good. Now, let's move on. Yes, Jason.
Normally for speechcraft, you may involve most of the members from a club, right? Because you have like evaluators, other role players. So I think you need at least 4 people already. At least 4 to 5.
Yes. That's why it's a teamwork. It's a teamwork thing. It cannot be done by one person. Of course, yes, you can do it one person if you want to, but it can be very stressful for that one person. So you need a team, and it's also important to involve your other members also because they get to learn at the same time. Everybody gets to learn. Now, yes. Sharon. Yes, prepared speeches. Yeah. Based on the guidelines. Now, the speechcraft guidelines, if you were to look at the speechcraft guidelines, it's very similar to a CC manual. You can pass it to the next. It's very similar to your CC assignment. So that's why I asked you to bring your book today. Alright. So, now how are we going to deliver? The question now is that, how are we going to deliver speechcraft? So we're going to use the learning style. I'm going to share with you the learning style. Now there are 3 kinds of learning style, which we call the visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. You know what is visual?
See.
Yes, you see it. Right? Auditory?
Hear it.
Kinesthetic?
Do it.
Then you don't have to cover this. Do you know what is yours? Now everyone, we learn differently. We learn either through visual, auditory, or kinesthetic. Do you know your which one? See? Now let's do an exercise.
Suri, do it. Just do it. Just do it.
Now, what I want you to do is that, have you all got your questions? Now, what I want you to do is that, let's go step by step. There are 3 steps. Step 1 is, in each of the question, please write down the number. Either it's 1, 2, or 3. Right? So there's no zero. No zero, or just don't leave it blank. So every question, every empty column, please write the number there. Then step 2, after you have finished the 10 questions, step 2 is that you fill it in. Alright, you just follow. If let's say K, you put 3, then the same thing on step 2, you must also put 3 and all that. So you follow the numbers you give to each of the questions. And then in step 3, you just put your numbers according to visual, auditory, and kinesthetic based on step 2. Alright, so let's take a few minutes to do this first.
Can you repeat step 2 again?
Step 2, alright. Now, let's say for example step 1, right? You put 3, 2, 1, right? 3, 2, 1, right? Step 1. Sorry, question 1. Now, question 1 here, you must also put 3, 2, 1. So it must be the same. You very good. Where do you find the extra 2, 3?